The following fashion trends are something you might want to get away from if you are in fact interested in elevating your fashion sense and improving your style. Now, a quick disclaimer before I actually get started. I want to say that this video is in particular to the guys out there or to men out there who are looking to make an improvement in this particular area of their lives. If you're not at all interested in improving your style and you're not really into looking a little bit more stylish or improving the way you look, then this video might offend you and you may want to click out and watch something else. Now, the reason I am here is because I am still currently on this road where I'm making improvements, and I know that a lot of these little things that I fixed up in myself have absolutely helped me out, and that's the reason why I want to give my testimony to help you out as well, so that you don't make certain mistakes that may later down the line kind of like bite you in the ass. Now, what exactly do I mean by bite you in the ass? What I mean is that I'm gonna go ahead and just lay it out flat. Back in the past in high school, I think I was like maybe 14 or 15 years old. I used to really love this show called Drake and Josh. I'm sure you guys know about it. And I really wanted to mimic the hairstyle that Drake had, all because he was just really good with the ladies. And because of that, I tried to get that same hairstyle, which is kind of like a bowl cut, but not entirely, because his kind of like drags down a little bit. It doesn't look as bad as the full bowl cut, which stays like above the ears. So anyways, I took the photo to the lady that was cutting my hair at the time, and she did a horrible job. She completely missed the idea that I had in mind. And yeah, she wound up giving me an actual bowl cut, and yeah, it was terrible. I still look at some of those photos and I think to myself, oh my God, what was I thinking? And I mean, the same thing goes with other people that make mistakes with the way they dress or like piercing their ear, and even things such as tattoos that they get in the past that later down the line are like, damn, why did I get that? So these are a few little testimonies that I've thought about, and because of that, that's the reason why I'm here. And these tips will definitely help you out, not only in your personal life, but also in your career. So the first one that made it on my list is going to be ripped jeans. Ripped jeans used to be a very popular style back in the late 90s and early 2000s. They're not very popular anymore. Now, I understand if there's like a little bit of ripping going on, that's not gonna be very offensive. But if you start having like big gashes and it looks like you might have ripped the pants yourself, then it doesn't look very stylish. And then on top of that, if you're already a grown man, then to be honest, it doesn't look very mature. It still looks a little bit juvenile-ish. So if you want to improve your style and look more mature, then you may want to go with something that's not ripped. The next item that made it on my list is going to be Crocs. I believe Crocs are the ugliest footwear that has ever been created in mankind. And on top of that, I personally believe Crocs are ruining people's lives. And the reason I say that is because people don't even think anymore, all right? They'll just wake up, slip on the Crocs, probably don't even take a shower, walk out the door, and they go to their next activity or event with the Crocs. I've seen people with Crocs at fancy restaurants, at the mall, at stores, and even at the gym, which is a very bad idea, not only because they are disgusting, but also because it's just not the appropriate footwear for you to be doing squats. And don't even get me started if you hit the treadmill. They're basically slip-on house shoes and they're gonna fly off and you're probably gonna end up getting hurt. I'm not even quite sure what the purpose of Crocs is, but personally, I think it's supposed to be a house shoe or maybe a beach or a water shoe. I believe they're intended for going to the pool. I don't know exactly what they're intended for, but the thing is that people don't use them for their appropriate cause, for their actual purpose. They wear them everywhere but their actual purpose. If you would like to look more stylish and more mature and like a grown man, you're gonna want to go with something more like this. I mean, just look at these guys. These guys look ideal if you want to be more stylish versus looking like this. Personally, every time I think of Crocs, I don't think of somebody who is very much disciplined or mature looking or good looking. The first thing that I think about when I think about somebody wearing Crocs is always going to be somebody who's overweight and probably hasn't showered in a few days. The next fashion trend on my list is going to be the bowl cuts or Edgar cuts for the Latino guys. Now, I'm not sure where this whole affinity and obsession with these cuts came from. However, I have dwelled in a little bit in other videos and some information considering what women's thoughts are on these cuts, and most women that I've seen are not exactly in love with this fashion trend. I always see women who are not only looking for men, but also even mothers say things along the lines of, mothers will say things such as, "Thank God my son was not born in this generation, otherwise I would have slapped him back into reality so that he doesn't get something like that. What an embarrassment of a son this would be." And I also see other comments by other women who are looking for men saying, "What a terrible time to be alive where guys are getting haircuts such as this." Now, I know, of course, you're supposed to do things for yourself, but come on, guys, let's be real. At the end of the day, you are trying to impress the female gender, and if that's exactly what you want to do, you may want to think twice if you get something like this. Not to mention your future children. Do you really want them to see you as a clown in the past? I certainly wouldn't want to, so think twice if you get something like this. It is ridiculous. They are ugly. Don't do it. Thank me later. Next fashion trend on this list, if you're going to want to elevate your style, is going to be not wearing sport jerseys to everything and everywhere. So if you're going to be watching the game with your buddies or something along those lines, that's totally fine. If you're going to go to a game, if you're going to go to a picnic, things of that sort, wearing these jerseys, there's nothing problematic about them. But again, this video is for the guy who wants to elevate his style, and by you wearing the same jersey every single time, it starts to look like that's the only shirt that you have in your wardrobe, and I believe that you have better things than that in your wardrobe, and I also believe that you owe it to yourself to look a little bit better. Go ahead and give it a try. You might just end up surprising yourself. Next item that made it on this list is going to be graphic t-shirts, cartoons, or big logos. Now, of course, everybody's got a personal preference whenever it comes to wearing like graphic tees and cartoons. If you are over the age of 20 and almost reaching your 30s and you want to look like a grown man, this is not going to be the most ideal option for you. Of course, there's a time and place for everything, and doing it without morphing into that identity, I believe, is fine. From time to time is okay, but kind of identify yourself with that is not going to be the most ideal thing if you're trying to look more mature. Now, as far as the big logos go, you already know exactly why that's a bad idea. Big logos only scream out that you don't get enough attention, and that's why you are out here trying to display yourself in a certain way. And I've said it before in another video, we all know why you're wearing it. It doesn't make you look good. The next fashion trend that I have on this list, and this one is one of those that completely needs to die, is going to be sagging. Now, I don't need to get much into detail with this one other than you look like an idiot when you were in middle school, and now that you're a grown man, you look like a clown. Not to mention that your legs look this tiny when you wear your jeans like this. Why are you even wearing your jeans if your ass is still gonna be hanging out? It makes absolutely no sense. Keep the jeans at home if that's the case and walk out in your drawers that way. So again, your legs look like this, your torso looks this big, you look like a clown, and on top of that, as everybody else says, it looks like you crapped your pants, and I agree with them. Next item on this list is going to be smartwatches. So I don't really have much of a problem with smartwatches. The only issue with smartwatches right now is that the vast majority of people are using smartwatches. So if you are in fact trying to become more stylish, more style conscious, then you're gonna wanna elevate your style a little bit by going with something more traditional, such as a traditional watch like this one. The other thing is that a lot of people will throw on the watch with every single kind of attire. And if you're gonna be wearing a suit or a cocktail attire or even business casual, like a polo with some chinos, then you're gonna wanna go with something more traditional because it matches the attire better. Now, of course, if you're gonna be wearing like something more like a gym outfit, such as joggers or some gym shorts and a t-shirt, then that's gonna be completely fine. Or even if you're gonna be dressing up casual, that's fine. The point is that a lot of people are using the smartwatch. It's starting to become a little bit overused, so it's no longer seen as something stylish. It's more of a casual thing that people just throw on. So if you want to become more stylish, you may want to give one of these watches a try. Trust me, it'll make you feel better. Now, of course, I believe I'm gonna have to make another video because there's a lot of other things that I could definitely touch on and things that I can help you out. But the last thing that I have for this particular one is going to be wearing hats backwards. So I used to be a culprit of this, where I will always wear the hat backwards. I personally do like this still, but to always be doing it is not going to be the most stylish thing you could do. If you want to wear a hat, try wearing it like this. It wasn't until my late 20s, I believe, that I started putting on the hats on like this, and it was mainly due to just, I'll admit it, I'll go ahead and say it first. It was mainly due to seeing other guys in the streets, and this kind of started to become the more popular thing at the moment. Either way, it's more mature. It doesn't look as juvenile as having your hat backwards. This looks better. I mean, just think about the next guy that you see in a gym video. Chances are he'll be lifting weights, you know, he'll be looking kind of mysterious, lifting the weights with the hat like this. Yeah, this looks better. I think it does. Give it a try. You might just end up loving it. All right, guys, thank you all very much for taking the time and watching this video. If you apply all of these rules and some of these tips to your life, I guarantee that not only they will help you in your personal life, but also in your workplace. Again, it does come down to personal preference, I understand, but as I mentioned already before, this video is for the guy who wants to elevate his style. That is all I have to say about that today, guys. Again, thank you very much for watching, and as always, stay intentional. See ya.